All right, this is the entity keeping this device hovering over me while also stalking by planes. This is, I want to be clear, conduct that the military engages in, but you're understanding how the people of the state, they can go and buy these things. You can go to Best Buy and buy them. You can buy them off Amazon, but this is part of the surveillance state. This is the entity stalking. Same conduct. And this is the stalker. This is what they really want to do. They want to sit in my face and literally stare and be right next to me. If they could sit there and touch me, that's exactly what they would do. And I not say anything, I not document it, I not have a problem with it. That's exactly what the demons would do. What they're doing through what is a machine, and this is not in conformity to the law. This is surveillance. And everything that I'm exposing, everything that I'm documenting, everything that the military is doing is exposing how criminal surveillance is underway under the guise of what is even permitted by the law. And the things that are permitted are for facilitating, perpetuating, enabling, spreading criminal surveillance. This is the entity that is gang stalking. It's as criminal as the fatty over in dirt. That is gang stalking, okay? Do you see how he is focused? He's going to be committed. The entity stalking by commercial planes. The entity is engaged in what, you see how early it is? These are bums that are up gang stalking. And this is the homeless population. The homeless are going to prison. This case is putting them away in federal prison, and their gang, while the entity is holding that machine over me. And I want to be clear, this is the same population that obsesses over my vagina. They hold the same conference, the same congregation surrounding my vagina. This is P.O.C., and that's not lawful either. This is where the entity is stalking right here by commercial plane, and doing so, again, worshiping me all night, including while I'm in an unconscious state sleeping. This is P.O.C. The demons that are excited to be documented by the federal government to be put in prison are the ones that are going to be put in the institutions. Okay, they're openly exposing how they are mentally ill. And you already know that by the pattern of conduct. Okay, that's the POC. They're all demons and they're all mentally ill. You're talking about varying levels of those that are able to control that literally by the way that they act, which you also know is legally irrelevant. They're all psychotic. They're all pacing, stalking under the fake sun and engineer light. Their ongoing purpose is to stalk me. That's the POC. It is currently 5:46 a.m. and it is Thursday, June 25th, 2026. The entity is engaged in what is psychopathic pacing. The documentation for June 24th, the documentation that I have thus far is showing how the U.S. military has engaged in what is kidnapping me as a child and engaged in what is stealing from me wealth, killing my relatives. Tracy Banks stealing my identity as a baby and siphoning my wealth. And you have the people of the state that are that entity engaging in what is a system where children are kidnapped and they're brought to the United States and kept under surveillance by psychopaths and sex offenders like this one that doesn't even have anywhere to live and is excited to not sleep and to stay awake, to keep their genitalia, keep them under surveillance with the government that doesn't even give them somewhere to live. That's how they have nothing to live for. They don't have a purpose. This is what the U.S. military's criminal system is made up of, and they are so engaged and invested in what is a lost endeavor with me. This is exposing children that are already dead, children that are kidnapped somewhere, and the government's ongoing surveillance system in the United States. Every celebrity that's in California is a vagina monitoring psychopath. They're demons. Every gang stalking politician, they're holding office while they're engaged in this system. And I'm exposing and I'm speaking to all of them. You can fill in the blank with their name because they're engaged in criminal surveillance and they're demons. That's what's happening throughout the entire state of California. And the evidence shows that this is what's happening throughout the United States. And the Osama bin Ladens of the U.S. military, they're terrorist leaders who are going to federal prison. Just like every terrorist leader that's over a gang stalking police department that engages in what is stalking me, they're going to federal prison. This is how terrorism is executed in the U.S. and it's being prosecuted. This is POC.